Disney's back at it once again, dropping a trailer yesterday, making more live action adaptations of their iconic animated films that no one asked for. In this case, it's Peter Pan that was announced back in 2020. And well, what do you know? Just like Pinocchio and the Little Mermaid, the trailer is getting absolutely ratioed into oblivion. And for what reasons? Well, let's start with Tinkerbell being race swapped. Why? Because Disney has lost touch in making original characters, and instead they continue to change well established characters into something completely different. And most companies that do things such as adding representation to their movies or shows don't actually give a damn about the representation. Whether it's gender or race, they do it so they can secure more profits, and it keeps failing. And with Disney, they yet again never learn. Ultimately, we had Bob Chapek be the blame for Disney's downfall, even though when it comes to Peter Pan and the Wendy movie right here, production began back in 2016, which is when Bob Iger was still as CEO position. And it would take 4 years because of the remakes of the scripts, in which back in 2020, Disney announced the film's title. And I wouldn't be surprised if Chapek is once again put at blame for this movie because of it possibly being a giant failure amongst audiences. Well, what do you know? You have the bad guys within the trailer, that being Captain Hook and his pirate gang, and what do you see? They're all white. Why don't the bad guys get the same representation? Oh wait, because Disney doesn't want to, as it will bring them backlash, which is why we're seeing Disney taking these well-known characters who are the good guys and completely changing them. It's all about gaining a positive message from outside sources like these articles and news media sites, rather than gaining negative messagings from those outside sources. Because when you have the bad guys be white, it's less of a liability for Disney to be called out and face consequences when they have people of color playing those same characters. And that's not all. The Lost Boys are not boys anymore. They are girls too. Because who gives a fuck about Wendy and Tinkerbell, right? Because representation should be everywhere, even when a group is named because of them being all boys. It doesn't make sense. And this short clip was hysterical. I'll play a short part of it right here.
But you're not all boys. So?
Well, you are all boys, so? Damn. She took offense to that. Identity politics once again coming in clutch for another Disney movie, and not sticking to the source material. We already have female characters, as I mentioned, with Tinkerbell and Wendy, but that doesn't seem to be enough, as they continue along with focusing on identity politics when they should just focus on being respectful to the source material that they themselves made. Having the Lost Boys being race swapped, gender swapped, and all of the above, because being a boy group is so offensive when it comes to Disney. And this trailer just getting ratioed with having 28,000 likes to 164,000 dislikes. And the comments are just memeing at this point, saying this. I love the part where Tinkerbell says to Hook, "Look at me, I'm the captain now. It makes me reconsider my life's meanings." And essentially all just that. I love the part of this, I love the part of that. And of course, this person's saying that first cartoons are forever in the heart. No remake will replace them. No remake will replace them indeed. But the thing is, when you have these remakes coming out and they're god awful, when you mention the name Peter Pan, people aren't going to really be thinking about the original and what made it great. They're going to think about this atrocity right here that we have with Disney making this live action reboot, because it was going to tarnish the name. We saw it with the Velma series. When whoever mentions the name Velma, people are going to think of that show rather than the original Velma. But we can't forget the main character himself, and that being Peter Pan. And well, now he is looking a little bit different, having him become brown, as well as with, of course, Tinkerbell becoming black, and with Captain Hook still remaining the same as white because of him being a bad guy. An absolutely woke mess that Disney's bringing upon themselves, and am I surprised? No, I am not, because they've been doing this for so damn long. And with that trailer being released yesterday, Twitter had a damn field day as we get into the article's title. Twitter pissed over Black Tinkerbell, would rather have new person of color characters. And that's the thing, we aren't seeing new characters being created that bring diversity within new movies or shows, but rather having Disney continuing to use established characters. And that's a bad look, because it's being shown as with these changes, they're forcing it rather than actually doing it right with making new characters and IPs, because they are lazy to do it. And everyone is sick of it, even the audience that Disney's trying to pander to is sick of it, because they see that these changes aren't coming from the heart, but rather from the bum. And people on Twitter are noticing it, and it's becoming more and more prevalent, especially with Disney as the years go by. Having Alex here reply to this tweet with the new Tinkerbell, and he says this: Disney couldn't care less about making new stories with person of color characters. They just put person of color people to play white characters, and that shows how lazy Disney is, too, how racist this is. It's like they don't like people of color. People deserve their own stories, besides like 3 animated shows. And the reason why Disney's doing these changes is because it's not financial liability to them. Having them bring in beloved IPs which have been successful in the past is easy money for them, because it doesn't require as much capital and time when it comes to creating new characters or stories and just a completely new movie. This is going to be yet another fail for Disney, and with that like to dislike ratio, it says it all. Disney can't keep doing this unless they want to burn all of that cheddar that they've made from the past. Changing up the characters of these stories that people know in the name of modern era Hollywood, it's going to bite them in the damn ass, and I'm all here for it. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.